Imagine pouring every ounce of passion, every sleepless night, every beat of your heart into creating something that could change everything. Now feel the crushing weight of realizing there's not a single dollar left for marketing. No budget to shout, no budget to push, no budget to even whisper your brand's name into the world. That sinking feeling? It's real. It's brutal. It feels like stepping into the ring with your fists tied behind your back. But here's the raw truth. Your brand survival doesn't hinge on having a fat marketing budget. Hear that? It's a message that shakes the foundation of everything you've been told. The problem isn't the lack of money. It's the illusion that money equals power. It's the lie that if you don't pour thousands into ads, you won't be seen. It's this lie that traps you in frustration, burnout, and silence. You live in a world where shouting louder is supposed to mean winning, where the size of the budget is measured as the size of your influence, where algorithms favor the spenders and the noisemakers. But what if the rebel inside of you could flip that script? What if the real power lies not in funding, but in raw authenticity, relentless focus, and ruthless smartness? Listen. Founders, leaders, creators who refuse to play by outdated rules. Your edge is in the story you refuse to water down, in the obsession you have with your mission, the spark in your eye that says, this is not just a business, this is a revolution. Because when you try to survive on marketing money alone, you're living in a cage. But surviving without a marketing budget, that's freedom. Not just freedom from cash flow problems, but freedom from the whole mindset of dependence and scarcity. Here's where it gets intense. The brands that survive, and not only survive but thrive, without money, are the ones that build their empires on authenticity and relentless connection. Not on ads, not on fancy campaigns, not on bogus hacks. The brands that win are obsessed with their audience's pain and hunger. They know the struggle inside the hearts of founders who feel invisible, who watch competitors throwing money around like confetti while they hunt for scraps of attention. If there's no budget, forget buying eyes and ears. Instead, become the brand that owns the conversation. That brand turns every interaction into a mission, every follower into a partner, every challenge into an opportunity. Your raw, real, unfiltered message will be your currency. How? Here's the unvarnished truth. First, treat your audience like the rare individual they are. Not a cold data point, not a segment, not a target. These are people who want to belong, who want to break free, who want to find a higher purpose in what they consume. Speak to their struggle, their fire, their hesitation. Be a mirror to their pain and a lighthouse to their hope. Second, leverage what no money can buy, relentless creativity. When budgets dry up, the purest kind of genius rises. Stop trying to win attention by spending. Win attention by thinking smarter, by delivering value that no ad can touch. Teach what they don't know, and no one else will. Share brutal truths wrapped in simple, honest stories. Offer insights so sharp they feel like a punch, uncomfortable but necessary. Third, build a network. Not just followers, not just likes, but champions. People who see your vision so clearly, they're willing to share your message because it resonates deep inside. Remember, the power of a brand without budget is multiplication. One voice echoed through thousands, amplified by trust and loyalty. This isn't about going viral overnight. It's about becoming indispensable over time. Fourth, become a relentless learner and adapter. When you have no money to fall back on, you must be ruthlessly honest about what works and what doesn't. Test, fail, correct, repeat. Don't waste energy on tricks or shortcuts that promise the moon, but deliver dust. Invest sweat equity wisely, and don't be seduced by shiny distractions. And lastly, remember this. Your brand's survival is anchored in its soul, not its spend. Your story, your purpose, your unwavering commitment to creating something meaningful. This is your real budget. When the fire inside you burns brighter than your bank account, your brand becomes magnetic. It attracts not because you paid for attention, but because you earned it. Picture the brands that cling to big budgets. They live in fear. Fear of losing reach. Fear of fading away. Fear of being forgotten. But you, the founders and leaders who choose survival without money, you live in a different space. You live in the space of rare courage, of fierce independence, of radical connection. When the world gives you nothing, you become everything to your tribe. Every struggle you feel right now, the silent nights worrying who will notice your work, the gnawing doubt that you're seen only as background noise, the endless fight to be heard over the chaos. That's the crucible that will forge your legacy. If you can learn to dance with this struggle, to turn scarcity into clarity, your brand won't just survive. It will ignite. So stop waiting for the funding that might never come. Stop listening to the nonsense that says, without money you are nothing. Because you are everything already. You have ideas, you have fire, you have the power to reshape reality. Not because you bought it, but because you built it with blood and grit. Focus on narrative over noise, quality over quantity, impact over impressions. These are the weapons of brands that transcend budgets. Create content that speaks directly to the soul's yearning to be heard. Cut through the surface fluff and reach the core of what your people need. When your message pierces through their defenses, you don't need a big budget. You become the budget. Community isn't built by dollars. It's built by respect earned, trust that is given, belief that is nurtured. Share your journey unfiltered. Let others see the scars, the fights, the raw edges. This builds something no marketing dollar can buy. Loyalty that lasts, advocacy that amplifies, and a sense of belonging that drives action. Remember, the brands that survive and thrive without money are anchored in two things: bold authenticity and relentless value. Everything else is just noise. When your brand becomes a symbol of truth and toughness, when your tribe knows you speak their language and fight their fights, you don't survive. You own the space. Feel that? That's the rising power inside you, waiting to explode. It doesn't need money. It needs will. Will to be raw. Will to connect. Will to outthink, outwork, and outlast. This is the new game. Not for everyone. Only for those who refuse to burn dull and refuse to bow. Your brand's survival without a marketing budget isn't a gamble. It's a revolution. It's a rebellion against the lie that money defines worth. It's a call to those real founders, the real leaders who burn with a fire no dollar can purchase. This moment, right now, is your chance to seize that freedom, to build something unbreakable on the fiercest currency of all: authenticity. No budget? Good. You're already standing where the real power lives. Now, unleash it.